I'm not particular about Arsenal, actually.
All
I just
right.
love watching football.
All right, same here, same here. Good morning and welcome to Kakaki Sports. This is the end of the week and the beginning of the weekend. It is, thank God, it's Friday right here on Africa Independent Television. And right here on Kakaki Sport this morning, there's so much to look forward to during to the weekend, precisely in the world of football, as leagues prepare to wrap up activities for the international break. Well, this morning on the show, we will be discussing some of the fixtures that went down last night and during the week, and some to look forward to this weekend. And join me this morning to do all of that is my guest, Roland Numufa. Roland, good morning and welcome to Kakaki once again.
Yeah, good morning, Simbe Chima. Thank you for having me on Kakaki. And I'm surprised, or should I say I'm surprised,
We're
we are
all
putting on
wearing
almost the
green.
same attire.
What the beautiful
Are we
coincidence.
celebrating Nigeria
Nigeria's
today?
victory
So,
already.
yeah.
Yes, indeed. Maybe we're prophetic with our outfit this morning. But let's kick the ball rolling. The Europa League went down, round of 16. Teams have picked their ticket to the next quarterfinals, and these were the results from the round of 16. Your darling Manchester United are still vying for the trophy, and they're right there. But your thoughts on the results and perhaps what to expect as we go into the quarterfinal stage?
Yeah,
April.
I think first of all, you look at the likes of Leon, who had a convincing victory against FCSB, that's the Romanian club.
Yes.
And then, of course, Tottenham Hotspur haven't lost the first leg away to the Dutch team, AZ Alkmaar. I think if Angie Postoglo's men, they needed that massive win yesterday, and they got it 3-1 against the Dutch club. Then for Rangers, they lost at home, but of
yes.
course, haven't done the job away.
Away.
Yeah, so Fenerbahce coach under the tutelage of Jose Mourinho, and of course we also had Osai Bright, the Super Eagles right fullback, also playing for them yesterday. They just came up short against Glasgow Rangers. But for Manchester United, we saw 3 penalties yesterday against a Spanish team, Real Sociedad, who took an early lead. And of course, you saw Bruno Fernandes actually getting a hat-trick, a fantastic one for Manchester United, who are now in the next round. They will be facing Olympic Lyon. For Athletic Club, and too good for AS Roma, who were down a man down just early into the game, and haven't gotten a 1-0 draw the first game at Rome. And for home at the Basque country, they needed that victory. And of course, they got it against AS Roma. Frankfurt, good in this competition. You've always seen how solid they tend to perform against the almighty Ajax. It was just an easy win for them. Of course, they also won the first leg away at the Johan Cruyff Arena in Netherlands. For Olympiacos, they won at home, but they lost the first leg to Bodo Glimt, that's the Norwegian champion, who are also 9 to the next one. Then for Lazio, they just needed to avoid defeat, and that was what they did because they already won the first leg away from home. So interesting matches that went on yesterday, and also the features will be very interesting. That's
yes, let's talk about the features. Let's not Tottenham Hotspur, they're against Eintracht Frankfurt, and then we have Lazio against Glimt, Rangers, Atletico Club, Lyon, and Manchester United. Which one do you think is going to be an easy breezy for?
Well, I don't think any of them is actually easy.
But 2 England teams.
Yeah,
are
2
here.
English teams. You have 2 English teams left in the competition. 1 Spanish team, 1 Norwegian team, 1 Italian team. Then you have 1 Scottish team, which can also say a Britain team, like Manchester United and Spurs. So I think Lyon has been fantastic this season. You look at the likes of Lacazette. I think that game is going to be interesting. But I think Manchester United has what it takes to progress to the next round. The match between Bilbao and Rangers, I think the Spanish team might just have the edge over Glasgow Rangers, who've been consistent in this tournament. Also, remember they were losing finalists a few seasons ago. Then also you look at the game between Spurs and Frankfurt. Frankfurt, they've won this tournament not too long ago, and they are very good in this competition. I think for Spurs, it's going to be a tough one for them. They've not always had the best of record whenever they've come against German opponents. Then for Lazio against Bodo Glimt, of course, on paper, Lazio are the favourite, but take nothing away from Bodo Glimt.
All right, now let's move away from the Europa League now to back at home here, activities back at home here in Nigeria, talking about these Super Eagles. Well, the list is out. It's no longer news anymore, but updates have been coming in. Some players will not be making it, some will be coming on. And also camp opens on Monday. So we're looking at possible replacement now for players. For now, we've heard that Nathan Taylor will be out, and then his replacement is Jordan Torianga.
I will help you with that one.
But yeah, Jordan will be coming in for Nathan. Your thoughts on the list and then the replacement? I mean, we had 39-man squad, so there's no lack in that area.
Of course, it's one thing to have a squad. It's another thing to put up 11 man that can actually go out to prosecute those matches. Because the game against Rwanda is a big one for us. We have win. Just 4 points, so it's a must. We must go to Kigali with our race of stars, and we must get all 3 points. We have no excuse in that game against Rwanda, which is just on the 21st of this month, next week. Then you look at the squad. Stanley Wabale, he has been fantastic for the Super Eagles.
And even for his club side.
Yeah, for his club side.
In
South Africa. And then you're looking at Kai Bankole that plays for Remo Stars. Yeah, so he's in the team. You know, we always clamor, we always talk about it. We need to see home-based players be included because they also need those experience to vibe with these players and exposure and all that. And I think the coach has actually done well to bring in those players. Then, of course, the captain of the team, William Trostekon. I made mention of Osai Bright yesterday. Kevin Bassey, who was also subjected to racist abuse just recently against Manchester United, that game against Fulham. Then, of course, Alaina, who is perhaps one of the best.
Forest in the Champions League, hopefully next
one of the best players in this position in the English Premier League. You look at the forward, Victor Osimhen. Galatasaray will always tell you, we have Victor Osimhen, who do you have? So that means he's scoring goals for them, and then they're on the verge, or they might just win that Turkish Super League. But of course, Fenerbahce is chasing them closely. Simon Moses, there were talks that he was also injured. Sadiq Umar, that now plays for Valencia. They have Nathan Taylor, who is already out of that team, replaced by Jordan Torunariya, who is also, of course, an Ijaw man. So,
I see.
And all that. So, Chukwueze and the rest of them. So, I think for Super Eagles, then the likes of Wilfred, this team is struggling. That's talking about Leicester City, but he has been superb for them this season. You don't forget Alex Iwobi, who is in the best form or best shape of his life, playing for Fulham, also doing well in the English Premier League. So, I think for Super Eagles, we now have the players. We need those players now to prosecute these 2 matches, which is a must-win because we can't afford to miss the 2026 World Cup. We've not recovered from the 2022 one that we missed, and we can't afford to miss back-to-back World Cup. So I'm sure these players, they know what's at stake for them. They will have to give in their all. Then also the young guy there, Tolu Akodare, who plays for Racing Genk, also part of the team. I think we have a full-strength squad. We have what it takes to actually win those 2 matches.
All right, just talking about the players now, we have 4 newbies in the squad, like you rightly pointed out. That's talking about Tolu Arokodare, Kayode Bankole, Papa Mustafa, and Igor Ubu. Your expectations from this newbie? Because they're on fire. I mean, when you talk about newbies, you're hungry. So.
Yeah, I have my little bit reservation. I feel like Kayode Bankole, he might not actually get game time play. So, but be part of those players to get that exposure and that experience. But of course, strikers, they always have this possibility of getting chances to play in that game. But we must not forget that the front two, the likes of Osimhen, Lookman, they will be there. So any of these players can actually come for. Papa Mustafa, he has been super for Niger Tornadoes this season. Him being called up to the Super Eagles team is also a big boost for him. Then, of course, Ogbu, who plays for Slavia Prague in the Czech Republic, one of the top teams in that country. I think basically the experience for them, who knows, you could get your cap, you could get your first cap.
They're coming for experience.
Yeah, they are coming for experience. Yeah, they are coming for experience. Unless injury happens, we don't even want any injury. You have to put out your best squad, your best players to win your matches. Of course, most times substitutes do come in to actually win matches for you, to get a goal for you. But I think the Super Eagles squad, they are balanced, they are well positioned, they are well poised. They have no excuse not to win Rwanda away. I don't want to know the hostility. Tickets are already being sold in that country, in Kigali. We don't want to hear any excuse. And I'm sure they will make their country, that's talking about Nigeria, proud by going there to get all 3 points.
All right, talking about being sure, let's just tell you that Nigeria Super Eagles are not so sure with the points they have actually gathered so far from 4 games in the World Cup qualifier, sitting right there in 5th place. 3 points from 4 games. And as you can see that Rwanda is in top place with 7 points. South Africa in 2nd. Benin Republic in 3rd with 7 points as well. Then there's Lesotho in 4th place with 5 points. And then Nigeria Super Eagles in 3 points. Zimbabwe at the bottom there with 2 points. And then we'll have to... Nigeria is going to play Rwanda and Zimbabwe in bottom place. That's first and second. First and bottom.
Last, yeah.
Yes. This is not convincing. Is this still setting for you?
Yeah, I think we'll get those 6 points. I'm very optimistic. The game against Rwanda is going to be tough in Kigali, but I think with a lot of experience, with a committed team, I think Super Eagles of Nigeria. Of course, you also think South Africa will be up against Lesotho, and you also believe they will also win that match at home.
True.
But for you have to get your own maximum points. If you win those 2 matches, you've gotten 9 points. So trust me, when you've gotten those 9 points, you'll be close to first and second. So the point gap will be very light. Maybe it could be 1-2 points different at the end of match day 6.
We'll see what happens. That's the prediction of Roland here. He hopes that Nigeria gets to win all 2 matches and perhaps move to first or second place. But now, since talking about World Cup qualifiers, Nigeria's under-17 women's team, that's the Flamingos, are in the World Cup qualifiers for the under-17 women's World Cup coming up sometime this year in October. And they have actually gone the first round of it, or they are almost out of the first round, because they played the first leg in South Africa, defeating South Africa 3-1. And now the second leg will play tomorrow in Nigeria here in Ikenne. And your thoughts on this, girls, picking that ticket or going to the next round now? Because after this, they'll go to the next round.
Well, I think they are well poised. They are prepared for this. You saw how convincing.
2-goal advantage.
Yeah, you saw how convincing they were. They were about a few days ago. That's maybe 5 days ago. When they came up against the South Africa under 17th women national team. I think they are well prepared and playing at home in front of their fans, in front of passionate Nigerian supporters of Nigerian women's football.
In Ikenne,
So I think it's just going to be a straightforward victory. It's going to be a home and away victory for the Flamingos of Nigeria. Nothing is stopping them.
All right, indeed. The Flamingos will be progressing to the next round, according to Roland. And perhaps they'll be picking one of the 5 tickets that's meant for Africa for the World Cup in Morocco later this year. But now let's come back home again, back home to the domestic league, now to the MPFL. News have been in the MPFL. Lobby Stars are in the news. They're making the headlines. The 5th coach this season, and the season is still like 10 games left to be played. Do you think he has the magic?
Well, I think Lobby Stars of Makurdi, they are doomed to be relegated.
Really, they are saying that.
Yeah, that's your state team. Yeah, that's your state team. But I think they will be relegated. No, they've been very poor this season. Of course, Mohamed Garuba, their last coach that was shown the way he played 3 matches and he lost 3. In fact, the last game they played was at home against Ikorodu United, Ikorodu City, sorry, and they ended up losing that one by also 1-0. Just recently, the Commissioner of Sports in that state, the FA chairman, and of course the chairman of the club, they also met with the players and they were talking tough and all that, you have to start winning these matches, you have to start performing, or sanctions.
It's looking like they are going to the NNL.
I don't think there might not be enough motivation for Lobby Stars of Makurdi. I was just looking at even their training facilities. Sorry to say, I think it's not even in the best of shape. At this stage or at this level of top football in Nigeria, you must definitely have the best of facility. You must definitely have the best of all it takes to actually challenge the rest. If you look at the likes of Remo Stars or Rivers United, they are well and a proper drill team. That's why you see where they are in the log. And for Lobby Stars of Makurdi, I know they say glory to glory, but
yes,
we are not seeing any glory. I wish them all the best, but I doubt if they have what it takes to actually remain in the MPFL this season. And for Bolus, he's a veteran, he's vast in this game. He has been with Remo Stars, he has been with MFN, he has also been with Rangers. I almost mentioned Glasgow Rangers, I'm talking about Enugu Rangers. Yeah, so he has been with them. I don't know, I'm sure he has that experience, but regarding Lobby Stars surviving in the MPFL this season, I doubt it's going to happen.
All right, talking about Survivor now, let's take a look at the table so far and what to expect as match day 29 kicks off today. That is the current standing after match day 28, and these are the fixtures lined up for this weekend. But let's start with the top table, the top leaders of the table right there. Remo Stars, Rivers United, Ikorodu City, shockingly, newly promoted Ikorodu City, sitting right there comfortably in third place, 44 points, not so far off from Shooting Stars, who are in fourth place with 43 points. And then defending champions Rangers in fifth place with 42 points. It is also Kano Pillars right there, level on points with Rangers International. Then there's Bender Insurance, who just flew all of a sudden from bottom place to sixth place after consecutive back-to-back wins against Rangers and Remo Stars. And then there's Aimba, one of the most successful teams in the league, with 41 points, level on points, as well as Abia Warriors as well. Roland, your thoughts on this point and this result? What does this mean for the league?
Well, it's always good to see the league making progress. You see the likes of Remo Stars. I will always use them as example because they are well drilled, they are well tutored, they are well taken care of, and the team. And you tend to see their performance whenever they play. They play good football. Privilege or opportunity to watch them a few times, and I've seen how they perform. It's a good one for the MPFL. Of course, my reservation will always be when you go out of Nigeria, the continent, how do you perform? And that has always been issues for them, for us, for Nigerian football, basically. So you look at Remo Stars, I think against Atlanta FC of Owerri, they are going to win that game. The likes of also Aqua United, a few seasons ago, they won the league, but they've not remained at that level where they used to be. That's talking about the Akwa Ibom based team. Against Shooting Stars, who are fought on the log, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a cracker. 4 p.m. that match will be played on Sunday. And remember, the EPL will also be there, so a lot of attentions will be divided. Then, of course, Bayelsa United at Samson Siasia Stadium, they are hosting the relegation band, Lobby Stars. I think for Bayelsa United, that's also a must-win for them to actually catapult them.
And it's not a must-win for Tolu, the new coach for Lobby Stars?
Of course, for Tolu Bolus, who want to impress those that employed him. But it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a difficult one. You're going all the way to Yenegua, where you have fans and everything, the support of the team, Bayelsa United, who have also had some good results and playing at home this season. Interesting matches, Rangers against Kwara United. But for today, you have a Niger Tornadoes who will be up against Katsina United. So the battle of 12th against 14th, I think it's going to be a tricky one. But Niger Tornadoes might just have what it takes to actually get all 3 points against Katsina United.
I was just quickly looking at the bottom part of the table here. It's March 29 already, but what do you think is going to happen here? Because if you look at the points, as much as this on the upper side of the table is also very close down here at the bottom side of the table, who do you think is going to survive this one? You know, Lobby Stars, you've already cancelled them out. So let's start from Akwa United, Sunshine Stars with the points, level on points, 34-34, 32-32 points.
Well, to be honest with you, from 13th position to 20th, each of them can actually be relegated. But the difference will have to be your consistency, how you win your matches. That's why it's very paramount and very important to win your home matches. If you win your home matches, you can go away and get it well. I think Lobby Stars will be relegated. It also looks like Akwa United, they are struggling badly, and they might not make it also. Between Nasarawa, Bayelsa United, Heartland, Plateau, and of course Katsina United, any of them can actually join. But I think Bayelsa United, once they win their game on Saturday, they will definitely, on Sunday rather, they will definitely catapult and the relegation will be far away from them.
Fingers crossed for Bayelsa United. We'll be back here to talk about it if that happens or if it doesn't happen. But thank you so much, Roland, for being on the show this morning.
Yeah, thank you for having me on Kakaki this morning.
All right, that's our package on Kakaki.